the Samsung Galaxy S10. Now this is the second day that I'm using this device, and overall I think this is quite an impressive device, and there are some things that I really like about it. But there also are some things from right now that I think they could have done better, with one being the camera, but we'll get to that. Overall, the Samsung Galaxy S10 has some nice upgrades. For instance, having the 3D Sonic fingerprint scanner on the front really helps. The biggest problem that it fixes for me is that awkward location Samsung always puts their fingerprint scanner at, starting with the S8 weirdly located to the side. That just didn't make any sense. I'm not sure who designed that, but it just wasn't good. And then of course we had the Note 9 where it was located below it, but it just didn't work that well. Same for the S9, it just didn't feel like a proper fingerprint scanner, and meaning with it not working well is not mainly unlocking it, but just the location of it, the way that it felt, if you could differentiate it from the back camera or not. And with the S9 and the S9 Plus, it just didn't feel as nice as it could have been. Somehow they just didn't nail that. With an S10, the upgrade having a 3D fingerprint scanner is not only having that 3D fingerprint scanner, but also the location itself. It's now on the front and it works well, it works fast, and every single time it works how it should be. Every single time I had some moments where it didn't properly work, but apart from those, it really works well, it works fast. And the biggest thing about the 3D fingerprint scanner on the front is that compared to the camera sensor version, you need light. For this one you don't. You can tap it and then see the location of it, but you don't really need it. You can just put the screen off. You can just put the screen off, just tap the fingerprint scanner once, and it's good to go. The thing about it is some people hold it too long, and you don't need to, so they hold it too long and then it takes longer to unlock. You just tap it once like that and you're good to go. You just have to tap it, not like slight tap, but just, you know, pressing it in properly. So apart from that, I think the 3D fingerprint scanner really works well. You can put the display on and just make it work, but you can also just do it like this and just unlock it like that. Like I said, do tap it properly. Apart from that, there are some design changes, of course, with the vertical camera layout, and of course the color options that we have for the Samsung Galaxy S10. I went for the green one, and I was really doubting if I should get this one or the white one. Now I went for this one because I like the color itself, and it somewhat reminds me of the Samsung Galaxy S6. However, on the Samsung Galaxy S6 it looked better. I really liked that emerald green. It was a more dark and a more deep green. This one is more lightly bluish. But apart from that, I really do like the color, and it's something that Samsung really did well with the Samsung Galaxy S10 series. The colors itself really look great. Now back to the camera that I was talking about. So yesterday I went out trying to shoot different scenes and seeing how the camera performs. Now first off, I really like the wide angle camera that is extra now. I really do love that. It's really good and I really like it. But there is a but. I don't think they have nailed the camera this time again. Somehow they keep managing to make images look somewhat flat, and it's a shame because Samsung used to be one of the top guys when it comes to still images and video. Right now it's mainly the video where Samsung is really doing a good job, especially with that new feature, having that stability that is crazy in 1080p, and of course being able to now record 4K video unlimited. However, it will split that in separate files. But in terms of still images, I don't think this is the top device to have. Still think that the Google Pixel takes one of the best images out there, if not the best, at least from what I've seen so far. But that doesn't mean by any means that the Samsung Galaxy S10 can take good pictures, because it clearly can. It just feels limited somewhat still. There are some updates, however. For one, the live focus is now working with the main sensor instead of the 2x optical zoom sensor. This makes a big difference when you take something like a live focus image, especially when there are clouds behind it. With the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, when I take a picture with live focus and there are some clouds behind it or a brighter object, it will overexpose the background and you will just see a white sky. That's it. With the Samsung Galaxy S10 that is fixed, you can actually see the sky now. So this was one big gripe that I had about it. You just lose a lot of detail about it, and this is now fixed with the Samsung Galaxy S10. So I do really appreciate that. Apart from that, I noticed that the saturation is a bit less compared to the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, but it's too hard to tell just yet. There isn't much nice weather going on at the moment, so it's hard to tell, but I will find out in the short term. Anyway, I think in terms of camera, they still need to work on it. Or maybe give us an option where we can choose between a contrast-like image from what we see from the Pixel, for instance, and then the normal mode where we see pictures that how Samsung makes it, where you can edit the picture quite well and then create a nice image out of it via Photoshop or anything like Lightroom or whatnot. Anyway, I think in terms of camera, Samsung still needs to work on this and give us also a separate mode for the night mode. Now I know Samsung said in the automatic mode you will have the scene optimization, and that will then recognize if you are in night mode. And yes, this is true, and they say it will take 7 images and then compile one image that looks the best. And on a tripod it will do that with 14 shots. However, what I've noticed so far is that it isn't really an upgrade compared to the Note 9 that doesn't have that, or supposedly doesn't have that. I think in low light it is still lagging behind, and it's a shame because they could have done so much better. And I think if you have that night mode, you should separate that. Even if it doesn't work that well, having that separated just makes you feel like you're doing something right. If it's on automatic mode, it just feels like, okay, I'm not really in night mode, but let's wait and see what the result is. And also, if the scene optimizer is thinking, oh, this is a building, it won't work properly as well for low light. Anyway, I think in terms of camera, they could have done better. But anyway, these are my first impressions of the Samsung Galaxy S10. There are some good things about it, and I really do like some details about this phone, especially having a headphone jack at the bottom of the device. Thank you, Samsung, for keeping that. But apart from that, I think the Samsung Galaxy S10 still needs some upgrades when it comes to the camera. This is the main gripe that I have with the Samsung Galaxy S10 so far, and actually with Samsung themselves. In terms of camera, they could have done so much better. But if you come from the Samsung Galaxy S9 or the Note 9, this is probably not worth your upgrade so far. But if you come from the Samsung Galaxy S8, I think this is definitely worth a phone to upgrade to. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what you think about the Samsung Galaxy S10, and if you have questions that I should look at for the Samsung Galaxy S10 review. And of course, if you are not subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe if you enjoy my content, and talk to you guys in the next one.